Hey guys, just wanted to let you know that things are starting to get started with my pre-consultation tests, and I'll let you know a little bit more about that in just a moment. Okay, so today I went into my regular doctor's office and I had to just get a regular pap done. Not the whole thing, just swabs. That's something that you have to do before you go to the clinic here. So that kind of got me a little bit excited in a way. Like, I hate getting them done, but going in just knowing that's the beginning of something exciting that's starting. It's not going to be too far away now. I called in and got on the cancellation list, so there's a good chance I could get in before May 4th, but I guess we're just going to have to see on that. But I did find out I don't really have to get anything else tested since I've had so much done already. Now it's just like what I just got done today was just the swabs. All they do is just check for infections or anything that could cause a problem for when you go to the clinic for the actual, anything really. Anything that's going to get in the way of if you start anything that day, I guess. That's what I was told. So, yeah, it made me feel a little bit excited after I got it done, knowing I was moving in the right direction. And I hope that I know it's going to come back clean, but I just hope that everything goes smoothly with that from here on out. I'm going to update more regularly once I have more things happening, but right now there's not really a whole lot like you've seen in my last video. It was just something fun I posted. For this one, I decided that I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys what I do now, what I was doing, and how I kind of switched into a new plan. So yeah, let's get started. So currently, I'm back taking my temperature every morning. I wake up at a specific time every day, and that's what you're supposed to do, and I chart it. And here is my thermometer that I use. It's just the Life brand. I've actually been using this one for a few years now, and I've never had a problem with the battery having an issue or anything like that. It was about $20 to get this kind because it has to have a second point. It can't be just a regular thermometer. So anyway, that's what I used. Just a very simple thermometer. So I track everything on, it's called Fertility Friend, the app. A lot of you, I've actually noticed, they use the same app if you do charting. I don't chart, well, I used to chart everything, like absolutely everything, and now I don't since I'm so irregular. It's so hard. But I do still do my temperatures on it. And when I opened up the app today, just to show you on like the way my chart's been looking, it's still kind of all over the place. I am now on day 124. If you've been following, I guess I never updated saying what cycle day I'm on or anything that's been happening. Well, now you know. I've had nothing happen. I am almost guaranteed I have not ovulated yet. I have not had anything really happen. I was going to ask my doctor today to try to see if maybe even she could give me Clomid just to try to make me ovulate to have a period. Because usually Provera and Prometrium don't usually work for me. I'm kind of a hard case when it comes to getting my body to do what doctors want it to do. So anyway, this is just kind of gives you a rough idea of kind of like a chart, like how it works. There was quite a few days there where that's when I stopped taking my temperature. But I'm back on that now. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. So I take my temperature every single morning, put it into my chart, and obviously nothing's happened yet. My prenatals, I just bought a new bottle. I just started back on the Jamieson prenatals. I think I'm saying that name right. These are the only ones that I could take since I started taking these ones in 2011. The other kind, I had the Materna ones, and they made me really sick. So these are the better ones that, for me anyway, the ones that I use. So yeah, I just bought a brand new bottle I've been back on these for a while. I started retaking them, I want to say about a month ago. just the remaining ones out of my last bottle, because I stopped obviously for a while because I wasn't planning on doing any more of this stuff. So that's that. For ovulation tests, I honestly just go to the dollar store. I don't usually buy them because I have PCOS, so with PCOS it doesn't always show up a positive, and mine never did. I never ever got a positive. The thing with me is they would always go from completely negative to quite dark, never positive, but quite dark, and then the next day it'd be back to completely negative. That's how I knew. So but usually all the rest of the signs would start showing up before that point. So yeah, so I would start to see the other signs happen, and I would see my dip in my chart and stuff. Everything would start to lead up that I am going to ovulate, and then I would take a test and it would be positive. Before I started on Clomid, I have these here just to show you, because you can see them in my my scrapbook video, the different things I used to try before I got onto Clomid in 2013, I think it was. I got the soy isoflavones. I'm not sure how to say it right. They're supposed to be the equivalent to Clomid. I was on this. It did not work. It did nothing at all for me. So I tried that. I kept upping the dose of it. Nothing happened. And then I started taking evening primrose oil. I took that for quite a while. Actually, I did see an improvement. This is supposed to be to help with your cervical mucus, to make it after, for ovulation, it makes it better and more sperm friendly, they told me. So I started taking this, and I really did notice a big increase, a lot. It would get a lot more around ovulation time. I did stop taking this. I don't remember why, but I stopped taking this a while back. So we'll throw that back in there. And another one that I was taking, I know I took a lot back then, was Royal Jelly. This one I did hear was good for your egg quality. I can show you that one. It's just a brand I found. This one's supposed to be good for egg quality, and I don't know if it helped. I have no idea. I obviously wasn't ovulating very much back then, so I doubt it worked for me. But like I said, it's hard for a lot of things don't work for me that would work for a normal person. For pregnancy tests, I used to just get the ones from the dollar store. A friend of mine, she was also on Clomid, and she got a whole bunch from eBay, and she sent them to me. So when she didn't need them anymore, she just had a baby here a little while ago, and I'm not really sure exactly, but they're just the little strip tests. It says 1-step urine pregnancy test strips. So I don't think there's any ovulation tests in here. I didn't really look. There might be. But I'm going to be using these. I am not one that will wait to test. I've never been that way. I've tried. It does not work. I try to base it off of my charting. After I ovulate, if my chart goes, or if my temps stay up, I by around 12 DPO, I will test. And then if it stays up, then I will test on 13 and then on 14. And I will test until it drops down and I do start to spot or whichever. So I'm glad that she gave me those, because it gets a little pricey. So that's what I do. That's what my plan is I'm really hoping that I get to do this IUI. I'm hoping the consultation works out so that he thinks that's a good choice for me. I've been looking at the finances a little bit more, and I have no idea how I'm going to pull this off, because we had planned to do the IUI, obviously, with my husband's sperm. So going with a donor here, they ran about, I think it was like $800 plus shipping. It sounds so silly to say plus shipping, but yeah, so it's going to run me, it'd be a couple $1,000s per cycle. And I'm getting very scared about that. I don't really know how to do all that, plus take care of everything else around here and his finances and everything. I know that that's a little personal, getting into the financial parts, but it's the reality of people that are trying to conceive this way. It's not easy. It's not cheap. The first consultation is going to be about $250. I'm not really sure, but the traveling is what I'm worried about. And I don't know how much they monitor you. Obviously, I would need to be on Clomid or Seraphine, they call it now, I guess. It's quite a few hours away, and I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to do this, honestly. That first consultation, I've got to get out of the way, and then I'll know a lot more, I believe. Okay, so I'm going to say this quickly because I have a friend that she was asking me the other day about if she wants to try to start having a baby. And she's not the first one that's asked me. They seem to come to me when they want to start trying or wondering what's wrong or what they have to do. I'm just going to let you know, one of the first things I think you should definitely do is start tracking. Start tracking your cycles. If you're having a period at the same time every single month, perfect. But you still need to chart or take ovulation tests or something on your own just to see if you're actually ovulating. And if you find that because you could be having intercourse at the wrong times or ovulating later than normal or like anything really. So that's definitely the first step. Find out if you're ovulating for sure and when, and base it off of that. Go to your doctor, ask to have your day 3s and your day 21 blood work done. The day 3 blood work is the first one that you should try to go get from your doctor. When you start to talk to them, they will ask you, or they will tell you all about that. But that would be like your reserve, your egg reserve on day 3. And then they check you again, well, with me, I always get checked around day 24 because I have long cycles, but usually they'll check you on day like 21, between 18 and 21, just to see your progesterone, and that shows if you did ovulate, for sure. And if you find all that out, then that's great. Like, that's just pretty much the base to find out if everything's working properly for you to be able to try to have a baby. The next step after that, if you're still not getting pregnant within a certain amount of time after you shows, like say that you're completely normal, you ovulate on time, you are having regular intercourse, and it's still not working out, they will eventually get you to do, most likely, a dye test. It's an HSG test, they call it, where they put, I think I explained it in one of my older videos, but they will insert a catheter into your uterus and they will push, I don't know, some places they use like a saline solution, some places, like with me, mine was like an iodine dye, I think it was called, and they watch you on an x-ray, and when they insert the liquid, it shows it fill your uterus, go out into your tubes, and spill out into your abdominal cavity. And when it does that, it shows if there's any blockages or anything like that that's preventing the sperm getting to the egg. And that's a huge thing too. And I actually got pregnant my month after getting that done. So that shows that they said that it can push some debris out. It can help you with that. So, and I believe it because, like I said, the next month after it worked. Like I was on Clomid too, but it still worked. So anyway, that's pretty much what after that step, your doctor would just kind of go with you with that. But I do know that they do recommend that you do try. I think it's for a year on your own, but they want you to actively try for a year. Actively would be like not just having unprotected sex, but for actually tracking and monitoring your cycles on your own. Like I said, you could take your ovulation tests, or you could do your temperature, or check your cervical mucus, or your position, or just all that stuff. I've learned a lot of it, honestly, from YouTube and Googling. Eventually, I learned my body very, very well. So if you guys have any more questions, I'm usually pretty good at explaining this stuff. I just need specific questions to answer, and then I'm better at it. I know I jump around a lot, but I was just kind of giving you an update on my cycle, what I am currently doing, the next plan in my life. I hope that it actually all works out. I'm getting nervous, but like I said, I'm excited. I hope that, well, I told you that the Provera and Prometrium does not work for me, not usually anyway. Prometrium doesn't work at all. Provera did a couple times in my life, but not very often. Usually they just tell me to wait it out until my body eventually ovulates, and then I have a period a couple weeks later. But right now, like I said, I'm 100 and 24. I'm on day 124. Like that's a long time. So something I'm most likely just going to wait now until, I think the date, what is the date today? March 28th is today. So waiting until May 4th, and if they give me Provera, then they give me Provera. If they don't, I'll just ask them if they can just start me right on Clomid and then just kind of go from there, because I don't really, they might want to get rid of the lining first. I'm really not sure. If you know anything about that, comment down below too. I'm really curious if they do have to have a fresh cycle, because I have started Clomid mid-cycle before because I wasn't ovulating, so they just said we'll just go ahead with it without a period first. And that was from a fertility specialist, so I know that it is okay. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. I would love to have you. Comment anything you want to talk about, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.